Hi, welcome back to Just Stop Breathing. So today here I am standing still in a road again, as has been mentioned before, because me running around doesn't really help with the content of the video, and it's not the point of the video. Anyway, today's video is about another different topic, and it's about diversity, but it's something else about diversity. It's that why is it, it's a question actually as much as an answer, that diversity is only ever applied to Western white countries. I've paused. If you think about it, and it's not just woke diversity, it's religious and sexual tolerance as well. All these things are only ever applied to Western white orientated countries. No one ever applies that to Asian countries, African countries, because they don't. So, and we know that in many of those countries there is a very distinct lack of sexual and religious tolerance in particular, and there's certainly no diversity in lots of those countries. You know, there's just not. So in the context of sexual diversity, or especially in the context of colour diversity. So why is it that where people are so obsessed with diversity in the West, as we call it, the white countries, white-based countries that were originally more white-orientated, why is it that no one cares if Pakistan or Nigeria or Japan are diverse or racially, sexually tolerant? And I'm not saying they aren't in certain ways, and a lot of these countries aren't diverse in sexual or racial tolerance, or religious tolerance especially. So why are we so obsessed with that in these countries, and why are people from these countries in Western countries so angry and obsessed with tolerance? It happens in my own country, in the UK, where you get lots of people from different religions, it's often Islam unfortunately, who want to push their message of like Islam or Sharia law, whatever it might be, and tolerance for their religion in the UK. But in Muslim countries, there's no tolerance for other religions or other sexual orientations or anything. And in fact, in some Muslim countries, it happens, whether it's by the law or whether it's by mobs, you get burned and beaten and killed because you're a different religion, or because you're a different sexual orientation. So why is it that people don't think their own countries, or those countries, aren't applicable to the same things that the Western countries are? And it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense, because what will happen and it will happen in the future, at some point in the distant future, and it won't be that distant, all the countries of the West will be very, very mixed up, and they already are, with different religions, different colours, different thing, all the diversity everybody wants, in a bit of a mess because they've got a bit too much diversity. They know where they are, they don't know what their own identity is. But yet all the countries of Asia and of Africa, to name just a few of these other places as well, but they won't be diverse, they won't be tolerant to other religions or sexual orientations, etc. The Middle East is another area very similar. So we'll end up with a situation where these countries still practicing extreme intolerance, extreme religious persecution, sexual orientation persecution, sexism against women, and all other horrible things against young children, etc., etc. But all the Western countries will be completely integrated into every manner of diversity and ethnic mixing and religious mixing you can possibly get. And that doesn't make any sense, does it? So it's a question more than anything else. And I always wonder, when people are banging on about diversity, why they only apply that to the Western kind of countries, because the other countries are countries. They you know, and they're not even all. I mean, Japan is definitely a Western country. So is Korea. You could argue that India is. So they're not all what you used to call third world countries. They're often very highly developed countries. China's another one actually. There's not much diversity there. So why is it that they bang on about that in certain countries but not in other countries? And even people from those countries, when they're in other countries, their own countries, I think their own countries should accept that themselves. So anyway, that's the point to today's video. It's a question rather than a conclusion, but I don't think there is a conclusion to this question. Anyway, thanks for watching. Just stop breathing. Till next time. Look, even that guy's tired of standing in one place. Till next time, take care.